I met a guy about 2 years ago. Incredible guy. Hard-working, funny, the kind of person anyone would love to have around. And he was completely in love with a girl. This guy did everything for her. He sent good morning texts every day, remembered the details she shared, planned creative dates, and was always available when she needed him. He was too perfect, you know. And guess what happened? She would say he was cute, that he was a sweetheart, but nothing ever happened. There was always an excuse, she always left him hanging, and when they finally ended things for good, she dropped that classic line, "You're incredible, but I just don't feel that chemistry." 3 weeks later, she was posting a photo with a new guy, and this guy, he treated her like an option. He'd disappear for days, he'd reply in single words, he'd forget plans. He was cold, distant, and clearly didn't give a damn. And guess what? She was obsessed with him. She would call us crying in the middle of the night. She'd analyze every text he sent. She kept saying, "But when we're together, he's different." She spent months on this emotional roller coaster. And my friend, he was completely lost, devastated, questioning everything about himself. Man, what did I do wrong? Why am I not enough? Why doesn't being a decent guy work? And look, I know you've seen this happen, maybe with a friend, maybe with yourself. That feeling of powerlessness when you realize the more you care, the less interested she is, the more you show, the more she pulls away. And then you see her chasing guys who treat her badly, and you're left thinking, what the hell is going on? The answer most people give is, oh, that's just how it is, women like jerks. But that's a lie, a dangerous lie that hurts both men and women. The truth is much more complex and much more interesting, because it's not about liking to be mistreated or wanting to suffer. It's not about you not being man enough or about her being crazy or masochistic. It's about psychology, about neuroscience, about attachment patterns formed in childhood, about how our brain was programmed to function in a way that sometimes works against us. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what happens in her brain when she meets a cold guy. I'll explain why this attraction isn't a conscious choice. It's an automatic response based on 5 specific psychological mechanisms. And look, understanding this won't turn you into a jerk. It's not about turning the tables or manipulating anyone. It's about understanding. Because when you understand the game, you stop blaming yourself for things that were never your fault, and you start making better decisions, both for yourself and for the people you choose to have in your life. So stick with me until the end, because what you're about to discover could completely change the way you view relationships. First reason, anxious attachment. People with this attachment style are more drawn to avoidant partners, creating a dance of pursuit. Look, this is profound. When a person grows up in an environment where love was inconsistent, sometimes the parents were present, sometimes they weren't, sometimes affectionate, sometimes cold, their brain learns a dangerous lesson. Love is unpredictable, and you need to fight for it. This person develops what psychologists call anxious attachment. And guess what happens? When she meets someone emotionally available, who shows affection consistently, her brain doesn't recognize that as real love. It feels strange, too easy, without emotion. But when she meets a cold, distant guy who disappears and comes back, who is affectionate today and indifferent tomorrow, that is what her brain recognizes. That feels familiar. That feels like love. And so the dance begins. She pursues. He withdraws. She pulls away. He comes back a bit. It's an emotional roller coaster that for someone with anxious attachment feels like intense passion. But it's not passion. It's trauma repeating a pattern. Second reason, need for validation. Approval from someone difficult seems more significant and temporarily boosts self-esteem. Think about this. If you win a trophy that everyone gets just for showing up, how much is that trophy worth? Nothing. Right? Now imagine you win a trophy that only 1% of people get. Suddenly, that's worth gold. The same principle works with emotional validation. When an available, affectionate, and present guy shows interest, her brain interprets it like this. Ah, he likes everyone. He probably acts like this with anyone. I'm not special. But when a cold, selective, hard-to-get guy finally sends a sweet message or gives a genuine smile, man, that sets off fireworks in her brain. Because if he, who is so distant, so hard to impress, chose to give attention to her, then she must be truly special, right? Wrong. But the brain doesn't operate on logic in that moment. It operates on emotion. And that crumb of attention coming from someone emotionally unavailable feels like a feast. Her self-esteem temporarily soars, dopamine explodes, and she becomes addicted to that feeling. That's exactly why she ignores 10 messages from the nice guy, but rereads that dry hi the cold guy sent at 2 a.m. 50 times. Third reason, projection of qualities. The absence of emotional information allows the person to project idealized qualities onto him. Here is the craziest mental trick of all. You know when you're watching a horror movie, and the scariest part isn't what you see, but what you don't see. The monster in the shadow is always more terrifying than the revealed monster. With attraction, it works the same way, only in reverse. When a guy is cold, distant, and mysterious, he doesn't reveal who he really is. He doesn't show his flaws, his insecurities, his annoying shortcomings. He is a blank canvas. And do you know what the human brain does with blank canvases? It projects. She starts filling in the gaps with the ideal version of him. Ah, he must be so deep. He probably suffered a lot. That's why he's like this. He must have a huge heart hidden inside. He just needs the right person to open up to. She creates an entire movie in her head, an epic romance where she is the protagonist who finally discovers his sensitive side. Meanwhile, the nice guy, he shows who he is from the beginning. He's transparent, authentic, vulnerable, and that doesn't leave room for fantasy. She sees exactly who he is, a real human being with real flaws, and that, ironically, is less attractive than the idealized version she created of the cold guy. She is in love with a fantasy, not the real person. Fourth reason, savior syndrome. The desire to be the one who melts his heart activates impulses of caretaking and conquest. Listen to this. There is a powerful fantasy that affects both the ego and the heart at the same time. It's the fantasy of being the chosen one, the only one, the special one who will succeed where no one else has. He's cold to everyone, but with me, he'll be different. I will be the one who breaks down his barriers. I will be the one who transforms him. Man, this activates a primitive instinct of conquest. It's like an impossible challenge she feels compelled to win. And there is an even deeper layer, the caretaking instinct. Many women are socialized from a young age to be caregivers, healers, saviors. Take care of others, be empathetic, understand his pain. So when she meets an emotionally wounded, closed-off, cold guy, that maternal caretaking impulse is activated. She wants to heal him. She wants to be the source of warmth that will melt the ice around his heart. And here is the problem. The more he pulls away, the more she feels she needs to try harder. The more he demonstrates that he doesn't need her, the more she feels that he does need her. He just doesn't know it yet. She confuses resistance with a need for healing, and then she gets completely lost in this impossible mission to save someone who in reality didn't even ask to be saved and probably doesn't want to be. Fifth reason, transformation fantasy. The belief that love can transform him into a warm person is emotionally appealing. And finally, the most dangerous fantasy of all, the belief that love conquers all. Hollywood has sold this lie for decades. Every romantic movie has the same script. Girl meets troubled boy. Boy is cold and distant. Girl insists. Boy finally opens up and turns into Prince Charming. Happy ending. Credits. But real life doesn't work that way. However, her brain has been trained to believe it does. She genuinely believes that if she loves hard enough, if she is patient enough, if she proves her worth enough, he will change. His icy heart will melt. The cold guy will turn into the affectionate guy. And when that happens, it will be worth everything. Every tear, every sleepless night, every ignored message, every disappointment. Because she won't just be his girlfriend. She will be the reason for his transformation. The living proof that true love really changes people. But here is the harsh truth. People don't change because you love them. People change when they decide to change. And generally, the cold guy doesn't want to change. He's comfortable being that way. While she lives in the fantasy of transformation, he lives in the reality of convenience. And in the end, the only person transformed is her, but not for the better. She leaves hurt, exhausted, questioning why her love wasn't enough. When the truth is, it was never about loving enough. It was about loving the wrong person. If this video made sense to you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment gratitude, gratitude. This helps the algorithm spread this message to other men who need to learn the teachings of our channel. Every interaction strengthens this mission to rescue masculine self-esteem and heal wounds that many hide in silence. Thank you for being here. Keep following along because every week we bring insights and tools to help you regain emotional control and become your best version. Big hug, and see you in the next video.